hands on me, I would have immediately sworn. Immediately.
It's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. As hell, he's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer.
I watched 1 hour of the Pat McAfee and LeBron James interview, so you don't have to. He addressed the Bronny James situation, Stephen A. Smith, what it's like playing with Luka Doncic, and even other things. Beyond the headlines, these are 3 things that we can learn about LeBron James. This interview with Pat McAfee has taught me 3 important things, and I think things we can all learn from. Number 1, LeBron James is still a very calculated individual. Unless you've been living under a rock for 20 years, you would know that LeBron James is an incredibly calculated individual. Nothing he does is by accident. Everything is done deliberately for a particular outcome that he wants to happen. For example, remember when they got swept by the Denver Nuggets as the Nuggets were going on their title run, and then he said in the post-game press conference that he might retire. ESPN ran with that narrative for another 2 weeks, taking away from Denver's shine. He knew exactly what he was doing. Like, yeah, sure thing, LeBron, you're going to retire after being still a top 10 player in the league and losing very close games in the conference finals. Sure thing, you're just going to throw away that chance. The same LeBron James, he's gone on record of saying he has a dream to play with Bronny James, his son, who was going to be in the draft the following year. So yeah, sure thing, you're just going to retire before you have a chance to play with your own son. But the media ran with it. Another thing is, LeBron isn't taking anything from anyone. Retirement LeBron James is going to be absolute cinema. He's holding everybody accountable in the media, from Brian Windhorst to Stephen A. Smith, who went on record for calling him out as a father and saying that he was a terrible father for letting Bronny James in the league or whatever. Like, he wouldn't do the same thing. Stephen A. Smith complaining about nepotism, and is the same guy who now has his own nephew on his own show. There's no credentials or credibility for why his nephew should be allowed on the show, but he's there. Bronny James is actually an athlete, an actual NBA player. But they don't want to have that conversation. Stephen A. Smith always says, you know where to find me. I'm down to have a conversation. I'm not scared of anyone. But then, the moment he gets confronted, all of that energy goes out the way. And of course, I'd be the same way. 6'9", 250 pounds, looks very different in person. But you should have thought about that before you went on the airwaves and said what you had to say. And just in terms of my thoughts on the whole situation, Stephen A. Smith really is just a cheap shot artist. He takes shots at people he knows are not going to respond. Like in 2021, took shots at Kyrie Irving for the whole vaccine situation. Then takes shots at Kawhi Leonard, saying Kawhi Leonard should retire, knowing full well that Kawhi Leonard has no social media presence and is not going to respond anyway. So he just takes 3 shots. He tried to do the same thing with LeBron James, and LeBron was not having that. And the last thing that we can learn from this LeBron James interview is that not only is he going to speak his mind, but Lakers fans who love to hear this, that he's feeling confident in this Lakers team. LeBron waited until the Lakers are good to speak about this and to call people out and to call Stephen A. out for what he was doing. And I don't think he comes out and speaks if he thinks the Lakers with Luka Doncic are now going to be a second round exit, because he knows that many people in the media can't wait on his downfall and can't wait for them to lose and are celebrating every regular season loss right now. So, I mean, if I'm looking at the Western Conference, I'm feeling confident if I'm LeBron James, if I'm the Lakers fan, because think about it. The Grizzlies just fired their head coach and we're a young team who you beat anyway. The Rockets are a very young team, no superstar, no playoff experience. You can take them. Then, when I look at West, Denver's not the same Denver, and you beat them with Luka Doncic now, pretty comfortably. So, who's left? You've got OKC, the number 1 seed, and Golden State to worry about. Golden State are a tricky one because they do have the championship experience with Steph Curry, who is just coming back from injury. So I'd rather want to face them sooner than later. But their main problem was with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was too big for anyone on Golden State, even Draymond Green, to guard. But now they don't have him anymore, so that's a concern. And OKC, if I'm LeBron James, I'm not concerned about OKC. Yes, they have MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but apart from that, as a playoff team, they still lack the experience needed to take down arguably the 2 most experienced players in the West. You got LeBron James and then the white LeBron James, Luka Doncic. So what are the 3 things that we learned about LeBron James from watching this Pat McAfee interview? Number 1, he still controls the media narrative. Even 25 years in, he still controls the media narrative. He's fed up with the media. As you can see, he even started his own Mind the Game podcast with JJ Redick first and now with Steve Nash on how he wants the NBA to be represented. And he feels like the media is not doing a good enough job of representing the basketball side of it. So he's fed up with the media, which means his retirement run and documentary build-up is going to be insane. We all will be there for that. And he feels very confident in the Lakers right now. And he's kind of beating his chest. He's looking out of the West and he's not scared of nobody. So if I'm the Lakers fan, I'm very happy about this. And I think a 5th title could possibly be on the way. But talking about championship runs, we need to talk about Podcast P, Paul George, who retired from his podcast to go on a championship run with the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, you heard that first. Obviously, that came with a lot of backlash. But I think the Paul George hate may be a little bit over top and a bit too much. So check out my latest video on the Paul George hate and if it's a little bit too much now.